I'm doing it for my daughter.
We got 25 from New Gloff. Sam.
Yeah, New Gloff. Yeah, I know the guy.
Gloff.
Yeah, New Gloff.
What are your thoughts on JackStauber's work?
It's pronounced Stuber.
Stuber. Oops.
JackStauber.
All those girls I've been telling on Tinder, I've been pronouncing it wrong. Yeah. Have you seen this before?
What, JackStauber?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yuck. It's no, it's good. How do we get the browsing?
Mm-hmm. Browsing and then open a Chromium.
Oh, that food's stinky.
Yeah, it's almost done. Yep.
Check it up. The JackStauber. I mean, it's good. I don't want to knock you if that's what you like. This fella right here, which I don't like gross. I don't want to see. I mean, I say that, but we're making tales of wood. Like a clay baby with a big head. I get it. It has the same sort of taste as this guy's stuff, which I know it's funny. It's like good, right? Like this stuff.
This guy's funny at all.
I don't. It's just not. I'm not a comedy fan like that. Like there's very little. In terms of, I don't watch comedy. I don't watch stuff that's like funny or fun. Maybe I'm dead inside. I don't know. I suck. But like this stuff, like this could in a fire. I wouldn't notice it or care. In fact, it would probably make the world a better place if this type of shit had no. This is 10 hours. God, sick.
That's crazy.
JackStauber's good though. This stuff's good.
We got Melancholic Alcoholic with 25 bucks. Hey Sam, your videos have made me feel comfortable with feeling ugly. I can't really describe it, but I think that you and Nick are so inspiring that y'all are...
Because we're ugly.
Inspiring, not that y'all are Lizzo.
That we're ugly.
But you are... What?
Ugly. That we're ugly. It feels good.
Yes.
He likes it.
Thank you. Couldn't read that one.
Aesthetically, this stuff is good. Maybe even great. In some instances, I think the aesthetics are really good. I just don't know if I need. I don't think I need this. It's like you know what else? Soviet animation. You ever see this stuff?
No, that was cool.
Like Russian animation.
No.
It's like unbelievable. It's like fantastic. It's unbelievable. It's fantastic.
Weren't there Monty Python segments
It's
that like this?
unbelievable. There's no. I would never need to watch this. I don't even need. I'm like. I don't need this.
We gotta figure out what we do need to watch.
There's a lot. There's a lot that you need to watch.
Marble racing.
Marble racing. Andrew Tate. Yep. This is great. This is not. You know. Yeah. No, thank you. Got Sammy Davis Jr. in the mix here. It's unbelievable. Now, this is what you actually need to watch. Is you need to watch Heavy Metal, 1981. You ever see this?
Nope.
This will knock you on your ass right here. This is the real shit.
Oh.
This is what you need. Okay?
Is this what South Park based that one episode off of?
Probably. If you like this, if you like the aesthetic, the thing about the JackStauber stuff and the Joe Pera, and what's that other one that did AdultSwim Smalls? The fact that they're called Smalls. Like, I would never make anything called Smalls.
What is that?
AdultSwim Smalls. Adult Smalls. Small adults. They're super short things, right? And I would never, even my most negative, like nastiest stuff that I've done, like it is, I want to make stuff that is like, in some way, uplifting or like anti-nihilistic, and people have read me like if I'm trying to destroy somebody that's like needs to be destroyed. Yeah. Like if I'm doing a KSTV about some bitch that is like the worst, whatever. They just take it as like negative. Like people will read into that and think that it's supposed to be anti everything. Yeah. That's not the case. But these, I would never make something that's like tiny. It's a tiny little production. Like the whole idea of making something purposely insignificant is like alien to me. So this guy, whoever does these ones, this is like super funny. Like some of the punchlines in this are like legitimately laugh out loud, super funny. But
I didn't know this was on Adult Swim because I've seen these on like TikTok. I didn't know it was Adult Swim shit.
But just holistically, on the whole, they're fucked.
What's that summarize button?
Dear God. Oh my God. ChatGPT will summarize it for you. Whoa. That's interesting. But my
Gonna watch this.
point being, if you like that aesthetic, if you like stuff that's like retro 80s or whatever, go to the source material, go look at what these people were aping or trying to tap into visually, that also has like a good solid story behind it and is like a serious, work. Not some fucking peanut. It's like if people that wrote books back in the day when having a book mattered and was significant. It's like if you wrote a book on like napkins. Yeah. I wrote my whole book on bar napkins. That's what I did. I did it as a joke. It's just shit like that's not.
They made a song called Quiet.
Smart aleck shit. Smart aleck shit is what it is. I'm a real smart aleck. I really made something twisted here. I twisted it on its head. I made a film that you can't watch.
We got Pulp for $20.
Hard to if you're gonna, don't worry about it. If you're trying to make something good, that's like audacious, and it's almost too audacious. Like if you have some inkling of a notion of how hard it is to make something that's traditionally good, to even attempt to do that, if you have low self-esteem or something, it's hard to do that. And a lot of the time, it's way easier to make some joke shit.
Yeah.
And that's why these like song a day. Who's the song a day guy? Song a day. This guy, Jonathan Mann. Oh, he's still at it. He's done. This is his 5,411th song.
No.
Every day he makes a song.
There's only so many fucking notes you can play.
Now, if this guy put his mind to it, I don't know how talented he is. I don't know about music, or I don't watch his stuff either. But I know that if you have musical talent, you put your mind to it, you spent whatever amount of time really like reaching in your soul and like putting blood, sweat, and tears into something and trying to pull something from the ether that's like real and worth doing, you might be able to do it, right? Yeah. But if you're good enough to know how hard that is, like if you're good enough to know that, if you're good enough to subconsciously, because they'll never cop to this consciously, but if you're good enough to subconsciously know that that's way outside of your abilities, like you'll never get that, then it's far easier to do like a really talented melodic sing-alongable, hey everybody, today's my day, it's Monday and I'm back.
Yeah.
Like what make that shit. What's
it's like quantity over quality.
It's not quantity over quality. It's like it's just
talking about like people who are like
not being brave enough to let down the irreverence and the it's just using silly, like it's what it does is it provides you with that defense. Like if someone says that song sucks and is totally vacuous and empty, and your whole catalog, the entire thing you've been spending 10 years doing is a vacuous fucking empty hole that doesn't need to exist, then the guy just goes, well, I was just joking around making songs that were fun.
Yeah. It's a cop-out.
A coffee shop.
Thank you,
and then my job
for the $20.
Now, Chris, I don't advocate any kind of R.
R?
Yeah.
Hour.
No, R. Okay?
We got Mihoy Manny with $25. Thoughts on PsycHacks YouTube channel? PsycHacks.
Is it PsycHacks or PsycHacks? Okay.
PsycHacks. Yeah, that show.
What is this, advice for women?
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is PsycHacks. Better.
I'm Dr. Pedophile, and this is PsycHacks. Brother, you do not want to be going this deep into this stuff. This is all bullshit. If you have problems, the more you talk about them, the more you're gonna suffer from them. You need to lift your problems away. And this is all bullshit. And this guy's unlikable and
Silly Billy.
We got name taken with the $25. You ever read abnormally structured books like House of Leaves or whacked narratives like Scorch Atlas?
No.
Do you know if these types of books are any good?
Is
No,
one of
I don't
the
know.
things that tends to make women more resilient in the face of setbacks.
Is the audio not synced up?
For instance, the demographic with the lowest rates historically has been black women.
Okay, so if he's not smart enough to sync the audio on his video, he's probably a fucking. And also, this is all stuff like the more you think about this, this is not going to help you, man. You got to develop. You have to lift weights. You have to develop the way you get self-confidence is by getting good at something. And there's not in my opinion, there's not too much you can do to circumvent that. Like if you don't make the time sacrifice to get good at something, the fake self-confidence stuff, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be. Like I've met people, you can tell when somebody, the firm handshake shit is the main giveaway. That's a big giveaway. When you meet someone and they crush your hand with a fucking handshake.
Yeah.
Like, hey, nice to meet you. I'll do it to you.
That.
I'm just kidding. But when people like crush your hand with a handshake,
Bad.
you're like, oh, you've been doing manosphere shit, and everything you're about to tell me is fake. That like fake it till you make it. Like make eye contact, chest out, shoulders back, firm handshake.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
This is what I do.
And when people like, you can tell when people are doing this posture. You can tell. You can see that. We saw that in New York. You know the guys with the button-up shirts, that shit. Like those guys were cool and everything, but there were a handful of people where you could tell they were like ready to pulverize a handshake and make solid eye contact. How about this? Just be comfortable in your own skin and don't do the 48 laws of power on me, because I can tell. I can see that from a mile away. I can see. And by the way, Robert Greene, who wrote the 48 laws of power, Robert Greene. Go look him up. 48 Laws of Power. Robert Greene. You must always punish your enemies. Silly Billy shit. 48 more Laws of Power. I guess you'll just have to buy another book. Silly Billy! And then you see him in interviews. He's a fucking weak. You know what I'm talking about? Nah. You didn't go through this. That was like when I was in my 20s. 48 Laws of Power. That was like a huge thing. It's the book, The 48 Laws of Power. Learn how to become a CEO, billionaire, master of the corporate world. A shark. You'll be a shark swimming through 48 Laws of Power. And then you look at this guy and he's a fucking, first of all, Silly Billy. Second of all, Robert Greene.
I want you to develop.
He looks like a fucking.
Makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
A different mindset. I want you to go and
I want you to believe me and buy my book because I accomplished so much. Here's a list of what I accomplished. Writing a book.
get undisciplined. They think in science and mathematics.
You can be like me. You can write a book. You can also podcast.
Whether it's in action.
Didn't he write a PUA book too? Like the laws of seduction? Or
I mean, you would. His publisher, once the 48 Laws of Power took off, his publisher was probably blasting off. You got to do 48 laws of this, 48 laws of that, 48 laws cookbook. Why not? We got to go. 48 laws of pickup, seduction. We got to get women. 48 laws of being the man. 48 laws for kids. 48 laws for kids. 48 laws for women. 48 laws for cripples. 48 laws for gays. 48 laws
Silly Billy.
by Robert Greene. How many books are there? There's probably 50 fucking books by this guy now. 48.
We got George with the 500 Chilean or Argentinian currency. Is
2,
it
3,
worth
4, 5, 6, 7 books. That's less than I thought, but still.
The Art of Seduction?
Nobody has such a broad scope and amount of wisdom. Greene said, "I'm
Brazilian.
but I don't have a hardcore spiritual practice." That sounds weird. Jeez Louise. Very few people have enough upstairs to warrant writing 7 books. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
We got George with the 500 units of something. Is it worth working your dream creative industry job for a few years in your 20s for less than...
No, that's 1.43 US dollars. Thanks for the Argentine pesos, George. Nice, good trick.
Is it? Oh, really?
Later, buddy. Send me another.
Million.
Yeah, I need 1 million Argentine pesos. Tricky little bastard.